Hello, and welcome to this evening time bourbon taste challenge. I'm back to bourbon. I had to do a makeup for the rye whiskey. It's raining again. It's been raining incessantly. Well, it's been raining every day since the end of August. I can't get over it. When I left to go to Hawaii, August 28th, they couldn't finish the termite treatment. They do that every 5 years, preventative, because there were four piers that had water around them. And so they said, well, when it stops raining and it dries up, we'll do it. But it'll be at least a month before they can get under there, and just won't stop. And last year we had a drought, so it's extreme. We had one drought. I mean, last year had a drought. This year, raining constantly. So I don't know, man. Still warm, muggy. But it's, we don't get cool weather till at least late October, early November, and then it starts warming up in February. The original Jesse James, America's Outlaw Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol, 80 proof. It says since 1880 something, but yeah, it was, they might have had Jesse James around, but it's from 2011. It's from 2011. It's from a man who was a singer. And his name is Jesse James Dupree, and he bottles this in California, or his company does in California. I don't know where the stuff's made. It says this whiskey is blurry. Whiskey is at least 24 months old, bottled by Jesse James Distilling, Mira Loma, California. Okay, so they got a pretty decent website. I got this liter bottle. This is a true story. I got this liter bottle. Liter. $7.99 at Savannah Discount, Marrero, Louisiana. Now, when I show you the website in a minute, it says it's aged 3 years. But all the bottles I've seen in Louisiana, I've seen this more than once. 2, 3, 4, 5 times, at least 3 times. It says 2 years. Every time I check the bottle, it says 24 months. So I don't know why the website's saying 3 years, and then Louisiana's getting a 2-year version. But they could just be sending a 2-year age version to Louisiana. Here's Jeppson's bourbon, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, aged at least 4 years. So the youngest whiskey in this blend is 4 years. They do give a grain bill. I don't know how they get whiskey from 3 different states and have a set grain bill, but they do. This whiskey is coming from Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana. Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana. It's blended and bottled in Chicago by CH Distilling. Okay, they have a new label, which I have not seen in the stores yet. I saw this label yesterday, 2 days ago at Rouse's. 2 days ago at Rouse's, and the Malort, which I've never bought the Malort. All right, so I'll pour it now. Jesse James, I got about half the bottle left. It's pretty good. Is it great? No. Is it worth $7.99 a bottle? Yeah, it's worth a lot more than $7.99 a liter. A regular bottle will cost you $17.99. A regular bottle is $17.99. But I got this full size, this extra size liter, 25% extra, for $7.99. Hey, look, when I see those prices, I don't start asking questions. I just start buying. All right, Jeppson's. My friend David found this for $15 even. He gave me a bottle. Thank you, David. That was a great price. The normal price is $29.99. We saw it 2 days ago, $29.99, full size, $7.50. All right. Appearance, they're both amber spectrum, but this one is more copper. The Jesse James is more copper, and this one is more amber. Funny thing about a blend of straight bourbon, you can add flavoring and coloring to it. A blend of straight bourbon. If it's straight bourbon, you cannot add coloring. Okay, you can't do it. read the regs. But if it's a blend of straight bourbons, and this is the funniest thing, you can add flavoring to it. They have certain percentages that can't exceed. Coloring, and you do not have to disclose it. So a lot of people pay, I see people paying $70, $80 for a blend of straight bourbons, and it could be colored and flavored. I mean, if they enjoy it and it tastes good, I guess it doesn't matter, but it is kind of funny, you know. Now, Jesse James, it just says bourbon whiskey, aged 2 years, bottled in California. Well, why is it not called straight bourbon? Good question. I think the answer is probably because, you know, straight bourbon only has to be aged 2 years. But I think it's probably bourbons and they're not from the same state. It's bottled in California, so they could be bringing in bourbons from different states, bottling it there, so they can't call it straight. That makes sense. Okay, makes sense. Jesse James, Dupree, I don't know much about him. I just seen the sun shining down on me. I saw the heat of love's flame down on me, but I don't know, you know, nothing about that. All right, something about chainsaws or heavy metal. All right, so there's Jesse James, introduced in 2011, 13 years ago, made in the spirit of America's true outlaw. Okay, old time charcoal mellowed. Well, whether it's old time, middle time, or new time, it has mellowed. I'm sorry, it doesn't have to be. I'm thinking of charcoal, hard oak. You don't have to mellow bourbon in charcoal. That means filter it. That's a fancy word for filter. But they do mellow through charcoal. And it's funny that Jack Daniels, well, we do charcoal mellowing, so it makes it a Tennessee whiskey. Okay, doesn't make it not a bourbon. Aged in oak cask. What, these people are from Scotland? Not barrels. An oak cask, a minimum of 36 months. Not the Louisiana bottles. It's 2 years. Incredibly smooth, full bourbon character. Not incredibly smooth. It's smooth. I don't know about incredibly, but that's the standard one. You want to get the honey? It's made with honey. Flavor spiced. Devil's Devil, you know, that's a cinnamon, you know, kind of a Fireball knockoff, probably. Single barrel. Well, you're going to pay an upcharge on that one. You're not going to get that one for $17.99. Sorry. But you might get it for $27.99. Locomotive additive. I don't know what that means. Barrel strength. Well, yeah. Non-chill filtered. Char. That's a alligator char. 100 proof. 80% corn, 14% malted barley, 6% rye, aged 5 years. Yeah, that's the pricey one. That's you're probably talking about 56. Now there's the new American Tennessee Outlaw whiskey. So I didn't see this on the website last time I looked. 90 proof whiskey, locomotive agitated in Trimble, Tennessee. Okay, so oh wow, they pull it by a locomotive. Oh great. So it just says whiskey. It's probably aged in old barrels, used barrels. Probably tastes pretty good. Okay, anyway, here's Jeppson's. 4 years. There's the new label, which I've not seen in any store around here. Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana whiskey. 75% corn, 20% rye, 4% malted barley. Non-chill filtered. I'm going to add that to my notes right about now. There's also a 90 proof, which I've not seen. That'd be more my style, honestly. Okay, so let's update the notes. 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley, Oh, I'm putting it in the wrong spot. I'm putting it by the wrong whiskey. Sorry. 70. corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. Non-chill filter. Okay. Sorry about the delay. Tommy Carroll says, cheers, Louisiana Liquor Reviews. Look like Trump is beginning to learn how to duck. I don't think he saw that coming either way, either time. So that's a joke that doesn't really make sense. All right, anyway. But I guess he did duck down after he got shot in the ear. Drewski Brewski says, Jesse James never had Jeppsons. I don't think Jesse James is all right. Nothing to brag about, but I guess it is something to brag about if you get a bottle for $7.99, a liter bottle. Okay. Hear sirens. It's raining. Could have been a wreck. Oh, they might be taking somebody to that hospital, that emergency room hospital over there, which I've been to twice. I got sliced at work twice. First time, 10 stitches. That was bad. And the second time, 13 stitches. What am I saying? 31. 13. That was worse on this leg here. Oh, damn. But he did a great job stitching it. He was like he did like double knit, like the Doc Holliday stash. Cheers. Okay, cheers to y'all. The appearance. One is dark, one is amber. I think the Jeppson's is darker. So I don't know, Jesse James is pretty dark, man. You would think, and you would definitely hope, that you could tell 100 proof over an 80 proof, 4-year age over 2-year. But these things can be very tricky. They can be deceitful. Yeah, I'm smelling corn. You know, they're both mostly corn, common sense bourbon. They have to be at least 51% corn. The Jeppson's is 75% corn. Yeah, sweet corn, same old thing, candy corn. These are what they would call in Scotland independent bottling. They would be from what I can't even speak. In Scotland, they would say independent bottlers. They don't make the product; they just buy it from a distillery and they bottle it. And they sell it under their independent label, but they don't really make it. And that's what these, in America, we say sourced. Same thing. Yeah. Can you get a good sourced or independent bottled whiskey? Yeah. The chances are it will be good, but some people don't believe it. But anyway, taste time. On aroma, I can't really tell them apart, honestly. Ooh, that was strong. Oh, man. I felt it here, here, and here. Oh, golly. That's got to be 100 proof. I agree, Louisiana Liquor Review. Stitches are bad. Speaking from experience, staples might be a bit worse. Oh, yeah. They call them sutures now, not stitches, sutures. Oh, that leg injury was that was bad. That was June 17th. Still got a scab on it. But I was at the hospital and they said, this guy says, hi, I'm a medical student. I said, hello. I'm sitting there like traumatized. You know, he says, I'm a medical student. I'm going to Xavier Medical School, Xavier University in New Orleans Medical School. I said, oh, okay. He said, would you mind if I did the stitching? Because I need practice. I'm like, what? I said, my leg got chopped like an axe. He wants to know, can you practice? I said, well, you hate to be ugly. It's like, well, okay. I mean, I was going to let him do it, but I was thinking this is a bad idea. But then the doctor came in. He's like, yeah, he'll be all right. I'm like, okay. I mean, they asked me. I said, obviously, I'd be more comfortable if the doctor did it, but if you want the medical student to practice, okay, fine. So then about 10 minutes later, they came back and he said, well, we decided we're going to let him watch and I'll do it. I said, okay. And then the doctor was like, man, this is hard. Your skin is so thin, at the bottom of your leg, it's like tissue paper. He said, your skin is so thin, it won't stitch right. So I'm sitting there like, oh, Lord. So then he was getting the medical student. He was like, hold this. And he's like, I'm a double stitch. Then he did like double knit, all the way around. So it was 13, but I think it was more like 26. It was like one and one and one and one. But whatever, he did a great job. And then they were like, well, you can go back to work tomorrow. I'm like, wow, y'all pretty generous. Get chopped in the leg like an axe. You can go back to work tomorrow. What's the worst that could happen? All right. This is a lot milder. It's got a lot of nuttiness, like peanut or walnut oil, which you get that in a lot of American blended whiskeys for whatever reason. I don't know the answer. A lot of American blended whiskeys, you'll get nut, peanut, walnut, especially Canadian ones, but I'm talking about American, USA. This one has that. It's very mild. It must be the Jesse James. It is. So price point. Yeah, that's an important thing to bring up. $17.99. And we got to hurry up because they got a football game going on. They got two teams named after birds, Eagles and Falcons. What's better, an eagle or a falcon? Well, look on your money. All right. Okay, so $17.99, or I can pay $12 more. Is it really worth $12 more? The Jeppsons. I'm not seeing that. Honestly, I wouldn't pay $12 more. But I didn't pay for this at all. My friend David got it for $15. He gave it to me as a gift. I think for like Christmas or something. So, like I said, I saw it Saturday. This is Monday. I saw it Saturday. It was $29.99. Would I pay $29.99? I mean, I wouldn't do it because I'm always finding deals. Like, so why would I ever pay full price for anything? Because I keep finding $30 bottles for $10. So no, I wouldn't. But I mean, yeah, I guess I would theoretically. Louisiana Liquor Review says Tommy, I'm happy to see Mr. Kepley back on your show, as he said his death was highly exaggerated. I tried telling those guys, I was like, y'all keep saying he died. I said, well, it seems to me there would be an obituary. And they kept saying, we saw one, but they saw somebody else. I was like, that's not that rare of a name in that part of the country, North Carolina, Kentucky, South Carolina. And I was like, I don't believe it. And you go, and I'll challenge y'all, you go watch any of those videos from the last 3 years. I kept saying, I don't know. I'm not too sure about what y'all are saying. And they were telling me, I was wrong. You're wrong. You're just living in the past. Let it go. I was like, I'm not letting it go. Because I'm not seeing that, And then there he was, Friday night last week. And their jaw dropped. They couldn't believe it, I couldn't believe it really, but I mean, they really couldn't believe it. How did you get Jesse James for $7? It's like 18 around here. Yeah, it was $7.99. $7.99 for a liter. A liter now. I know you're paying 18 for $7.50. Enjoy the night, sir. You too. Burley Sullivan says you, and cheers back to you. Okay, so I got it right. This is me personally. This is not indicative or a reflection on the quality of the products at all. In my personal opinion, or I should say, it's 5:40 a.m. there, so y'all are a good deal ahead of us. We're about to hit nightfall, and you're about to have daylight. So India's halfway around the world. So what do you expect? Um, this is a reflection of what I prefer. Me personally, would prefer to have an 80 proof whiskey over the 100 proof. Does that mean that the 80 proof is better than the 100 proof? No, it means that I personally would prefer this over that. It would be like saying I prefer crunchy peanut butter over creamy, therefore crunchy is better than creamy. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Crunchy's not better. It's just what you prefer. Now, are there some peanut butters better than others? Well, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I bought some Aldi peanut butter, whatever that name is that they use. The first taste, I thought, oh man, I don't think this is too good. But now that was one taste. I'm going to try some more. But it seemed like compared to Jif, Jif, it was inferior. But, I haven't really experienced it very much. But these two, the quality is even. I mean, they're both fine. They're about the same score. So why pay $12 more? My answer would be, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. But then I'm an 80 proof guy, you see. On the other hand, can you find a 90 proof bourbon for $17.99? Yeah, probably. More than likely, if you just are patient. Now, it might be difficult. Let's be clear. It's not really that common. But you might. Crunchy peanut butter is the best. Well, I like both. People ask me sometimes, like, what do you prefer, crunchy or smooth? And I tell them I like both. I mean, I just like crunchy or smooth. Doesn't matter. Crunchy, smooth, either way. 8 out of 10 drunk, sleeping again. Herbie, you better go to sleep. Okay. So my personal favorite is Jesse James, but honestly, they're equal. So then that means Jesse James wins, in my opinion, because you're talking about $12. But you might be the kind of person that said, "Oh no, 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 no! If it's below 100 proof, I don't touch it. If it's below 100 proof, I don't touch it." Okay, fair enough. So you just have to look around and see what you could find 100 proof and above. You might find something cheaper. It may not be any good. It probably will be good. Have I ever found a bad bourbon? No, not necessarily. I've found some questionable ones. I'm going to bring that in maybe tomorrow or the next day. I didn't pay a lot, thank goodness. $5.99. That's an interesting product over there. Found it in Arkansas. That's an interesting product. Yeah. All right. That's it. Time to go watch the National Socialist Football League. Y'all take care now. Bye bye.